Hello. Alright, well, it's almost that time again. Spirit Halloween. So this is just a video of me talking about what I think, because a lot of other people are putting their input, um, and I've been getting a lot of questions about it anyways, yeah. Anyways, I've been seeing the new Spirit props that have been released on Spirit, and I already basically know what Spirit Halloween's going to look like this year because I saw William's video and I shared those pictures on Facebook. But it looks pretty cool. Um, it's going to be a pain setting that thing up this year. And yes, I am working at Spirit Halloween again this year. This will be my 5th season, my 5th time. um, and I'm really actually excited for that. I wish it would go a little faster because I actually am really excited again. Um, my first season working at Spirit, I had a different boss, but I've been with the same boss for 4 seasons already. This is my 4th season with him, and it's been a lot of fun. Of course, I always usually set up the animatronics. Last year, I didn't set up as many. Actually, some other people set them up first because I always have to share. I have to be here and at my other job. I do an every other day shift. I'm at Spirit one day, I'm at my other job one day. Spirit, dance. Like, you get it. So that's what I have to do. But yeah, I'm really excited, and yeah, the electrocuted maniac, he looks okay. I'm not judging it because I haven't seen it yet, and I usually end up liking all the props by the end of the year. Like last year, I wanted all the props, but of course, you can never afford them all. That board, it's all right. But I saw the new one today, the Sweeney Scarecrow. That one's pretty neat. But I just can't buy those Sweeney ones because I have nowhere to hang them. And some people are saying they're not sure about it. I don't see a problem with it. I mean, it's just like Pumpkin Nester. I mean, I guess people are just getting tired of the Sweeney animatronics, but I really don't have a problem with it. It looks decent. Yeah, $200. That's the same all the other Sweeney props are. At first, when I saw that in William's video, I thought it was one of the smaller Sweeney ones, like the Skeleton Boy, but it's the larger one with the moving mouth. And yeah, Techie Toys is coming back to Spirit this year. I've seen it. Electrocuted Maniac is Techie Toys. And there's a couple other Techie Toys products I saw in that video or photos. There's a new Lunging Lily type prop. It's not Lunging Lily, but it looks like a weird boy with cut hair. I don't know. It looks weird, but it's another lunging prop. The jumping spiders are coming back. Oh, me and I think Colton Sanders were wondering. We saw the picture on the poster, and the spider looks different. They might have changed the design of the spider, the looks of the spider. I don't know yet, but yeah, Techie Toys is back. They didn't go out of business. And I know I was saying last year it's their last year because even the store owner at my Spirit told me that they were no longer going to be with Spirit. So, of course, I obviously believed it because he obviously is the owner of the store, so I would, of course, believe it. But no, they're back this year making more props. Hopefully not as faulty because 2014 was awful. 2013 was pretty bad, but 2014 was the worst. But 2015, we didn't even really have any broken props. I know the Rising Doll was broke for a little bit, but we fixed it, and it hasn't broken again. The only props that broke last year was the mouth on the possessed wall hanger and the jumping spiders, and those are Techie Toys. And the Guardian of the Grave that fried. But everything else lasted that whole season. Nothing else broke. Oh, the Moonshine Zombie Barrel. But that's because it was defective out of the box. So wire was pulled off the relay switch. So it kept running and it wore down. But yeah. But other than that, we barely had any broken stuff last year, which is really good. And hopefully it'll be like that this year. It's just I don't know. Techie Toys, I hope they stepped up their game. I really do. Because we don't like props getting returned all the time and like losing money all the time. But Well, I guess we'll just have to see. Um, what else? Um, kind of going blank space. Oh yeah. Also, I wanted to mention this. Well, if you've looked at Williams' channel, you can see that their spirit store is pretty much already completely set up. Well, there is a reason for that. That store is actually the example store, and what I mean by that is all the Spirit Halloweens that open up get a manual, a book, of how the store has to be set up. You're supposed to follow the book. It has an example of a small store, medium store, and big store. Also, we're going to be in a different store this year. We're not going to be in that small store this year. We're actually going. It's actually going to be in our other mall, which is kind of dead. There's barely anyone goes to that mall anymore. So we're not going to be selling a lot at first, but if it's advertised correctly, a lot of people will come. But it's going to be at our other mall, and I heard it's going to be a lot bigger. We won't have to cram a bunch of displays together like we've did previously. I still get comments saying, this isn't set up right. This looks weird. I'm like, it's small, but it's not going to be like that this year. I mean, that tower is pretty huge. I mean, I still don't think we'll get the full thing up, but we'll see. It's probably going to be a little different, but back to what I was saying. Um, yeah, that store is basically the example store. At that store is where they take the pictures at and send all the other stores of what the store needs to look like, kind of. I think that's how it works. I think that's the store because they're always the first one set up. They're always set up in July, and they always open in August. Meanwhile, other stores open in September, and they don't start getting their stuff till August. And in 2011, remember how it took forever for Rosemary to come in, Gravedigger? They were like late arrivals. Yeah, that store already had them. That store has everything pretty much right away. So I think that's basically how it works. That's, like I said, the example store, and that's, I think, the Minnesota Blaine location where they take the video at in the stores. Oh, and also I've been looking at comments, and people have been saying stop making these dramatic videos, stop doing these editing. Well, the person who is posting the videos might not be the people that are actually making the video. It might come from a different person that, you know, so Spirit doesn't do everything. I mean, I know it's their YouTube channel, but I don't really know. I don't know. But and then I've still been seeing on their Facebook page, some people are asking Spirit to bring back Michael Myers and all that stuff. Those props aren't going to come back by asking Spirit. Spirit didn't make any of those props. They come from other companies. Jimmy Industries made those horror movie props. Jimmy Industries, you have to go to them if you want the horror movie props to come back. They're the ones that license that stuff. Unfortunately, they don't do that kind of stuff anymore. They basically just do inflatables and some tabletops. And none of their tabletops are as good as they once were back in 2007. They were a lot better back then. They don't even make life sizes the same way. They just have these metal frames now. They used to be that dancing Santa over there. I know it's not a Spirit prop, but this is how all of Jimmy's products were designed. They had a body. They were sturdy. They were strong. They could put up with some physical abuse, not too much, but just saying they were a lot more durable. And those stuff didn't even cost $130 back then either. Some of them did, but they were so cheap back then. And now all it is pulls, and you touch them, and they sometimes even snap. So if you want these props, you have to go to these companies. Jimmy Industries is the company that licenses these, such as Ghostface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Jason. They've made all those props. Techie Toys makes the Gruesome Grannies, the Rosemarys, the Monicas, the lunging props, jumping props, pop-up props. They make those. You have to go to them if you want those kind of props. YJ makes the swinging props, and a lot of you know this, but there are some of you who obviously don't, or else I wouldn't be talking about it. YJ makes the swinging props. The YJ props have the upper jaw movement. Their jaw moves upwards as they talk instead of downwards. That's how you can tell the difference. Seasonal Visions are the ones that have the metal frames, and they just sort of move side to side, and they don't do much. But that's how you can tell their company apart from all the others. So you can tell all these companies apart from each other.